Hello and welcome back. This is my little Abelishis 2, but that's really just let you know that it's number 2 to my little Abelishis. The actual title is Second Chance. Anyway, I made a sequel because I know I made the first one, but I've actually read it like a million times over and over because I love it so much. I don't know if y'all do, and I highly doubt. In fact, I know that it's not as good as My Little Dashie. But even though it's not as good, I still hope that bad people at least like it. If not, that's cool too. Anyway, I made a sequel because I loved the first one so much that I just needed a sequel. The ending just seemed too depressing. Anyway, let's get started because I think this has been way too long of an intro. In my extremely drunken state, I hold the gun backwards and the butt of the gun hits me and knocks me unconscious. The next day, I wake up and grab my head as the hangover hits me. I look at my bathroom door and there's a hole in it. I say, what the hell happened to my door? I look at the pistol laying on the floor and grab it and say, what happened last night? And where did I get this? I never bought a gun. What the hell? I grab my head again and stand up and walk to my bedroom and pull out some pills for a headache and then walk downstairs to the kitchen and grab a water from the fridge and take the pills. I set the water down and look at the pistol in my hand. The sound of it firing goes through my head. I should be dead now, but the beer saved me. I squeeze the gun out of anger and throw it through a window. I open my fridge and throw all the beer into the trash can and then throw it out the door. I slammed the door back shut and went back up to the bathroom and grabbed the picture of me and Abel and looked at it. Then grabbed the note that I had wrapped around it. Then I realized something. I never wrote a note. Where did this come from? I open it and read, Dear Tundi, I had this sent to you by twilight before my memory completely disappears. Princess Celestia said it will take 5 days before it goes away. Twilight told me that if you hold that picture that Princess Celestia left of us and want me back bad enough, that it will reunite us. Of course, Celestia didn't intend on this, but the magic left on it that keeps it existing is unstable. And any being that holds that magic and wills it powerful enough can make it do whatever they want but only once, and then it's spent. It's gone. If you don't show up then, I'll know that you've given up on me. But I know that you'll come after me. I'll be waiting for you at Abelishis cottage. Please come. I love you. I slowly closed the note, my face wet with tears. I closed the note and wiped my face, then squeezed the note. The fire of hope, determination, strength, and love back in my eyes. I put the note in my shirt pocket, then grabbed the picture and closed my eyes. It starts to glow. I pour every last bit of how much I love and want my Abel itches back into the picture. It glows brighter and brighter, then a bright flash goes out. It slowly clears, and I look around. I'm in the ever-free forest. Amazingly, I find my way out and see Abelishis cottage ahead of me. I run to it and knock on the door. It opens, and I see Abel's beautiful pink eyes looking at me. I smile and say, Hey, sexy. I pull the letter out and say, I got your message. Courtesy of Sparkle Dimensional Shipping. I smile even more at him. He smiles back, and we hug and kiss. Abelishis pulls us into the cottage and closes the door and says, Are you too crazy? You can't just kiss right in the open. Some pony might see you. I start kissing my little Abelishis and spin around and hug Fluttershy. She blushes. I say, Thank you, Fluttershy. Thank you for giving him somewhere to meet me once I got here, and thank you for keeping it all a secret. I couldn't thank you enough. Prashai smiles and says, It was nothing. Just couldn't stand for you two to be torn apart. I had to do something to help. I say, and thank Luna that you did. Prashai smiles even more and nods. I get up and walk over to Abel. I don't even got to say it. He can tell by the look in my eyes that I'm going to go thank Twilight. That I need to. He smiles and nods, and we both thank Prashai one last time while we leave. As we walk, I look around at all the animals and nature that's around and smile. It's so beautiful, so peaceful, so not Earth. On the way, Abel tells me how he loves how the ground feels on his hooves and how pure the air is. How the girls are. How the girls are so nice. He met the entire main six the very day that he was taken from me. We go behind houses so I won't be seen and sneak up to Twilight's front door and quickly go in. The minute the door shuts, Twilight turns around and smiles and says, Jacob, you came. I knew you loved Abel more than anything, but I can't go against the princess. It was the girls that convinced me to help Abel bring you here. They got me to realize just how important your love is. Even if you are two different species, you love each other, and that's all that matters. I'm sorry I took him from you, but I had no choice. I walk up to her and put my hand on her shoulder and smile at her. I kneel down and hug her and say, Twilight, you don't need to be sorry. You're the one that helped me get here. The one that gave my Abel and me hope again. I look her in her eyes and whisper, I was going to end it all, Twilight. Tears appear in my eyes, and I say, I was going to kill myself because I couldn't live without my little Abelishis. But I was stopped. And then I saw that note that was sent to me, and I got filled with new hope. Tears go down my cheeks, and I say, you did more than just reunite us, Twilight. You saved me from myself. I hug her tighter and say, thank you isn't enough to describe how eternally grateful I am, but thank you. Thank you so much, Twilight. She smiles and says, you're welcome, Jacob. After the Twilights, me and Abel head back to Fluttershy's. After a year, me and Twilight became so close that we completely forgot that we were two different species and considered each other brother and sister. Word spread about a human being in Equestria way before a year was even over. And after another year, Celestia finally showed up in Ponyville and questioned Twilight about me. Eventually, despite her efforts, she was soon forced to tell, and Celestia came to Prashai's cottage to looking for me. Prashai and Abel wanted me to hide, but I was done hiding. I was outside, crossed my arms defiantly, and looked her dead in her eyes, daring her to try to send me back to Earth. She saw this, and of course didn't like it. Good. This bitch of a princess needs to be put in her place by somebody. It may as well be me. She's met her match. I'm the king of all smart alecks. I'll put her away before she can even blink. She walks up to me and says, hello, Jacob. It's good to see you again. I think, you fucking liar. I say, you too, princess. How was Luna? She says, just fine. I'll tell her you asked about her. I think, no you won't, you fucking liar. How dumb do you think I am? I say, good. Thank you, princess. She nods and says, how did you get here? I smirk and say, I just pictured it, and poof, I was brought here. She nods again and says, I see. Well, you can't stay here. Humans are not allowed here. Go ahead and try and to send me back. If you think I'm a normal human, then you're dumb as hell. Princess Celestia says, Mr. Chastain, we do not use that language here. I say, fuck off. You ain't my princess, and I'll talk how I want, no matter where I am. You got a problem with it? Then take it. Then don't be around me, and you won't hear it. Okay, bitch? Her horn starts glowing. In one swift move, I uppercut her and then kick her to the ground. She looks up at me with wide eyes full of fear. I step onto her chest and look into her eyes and smile and say, if you ever try to take me away from my Abelishis for a third time, I wrap my hand around her neck and say, I'll kill you. I get off of her and say, now run back to your castle with your guards before you get hurt, little girl. She stands up and looks at me with eyes full of rage and hate. I smile at her and say, love you too, honey. I walk back into the cottage and close the door. She flies off. Abel and Flesheye hug me, relieved. Years go by, and soon I'm 50, and my Abelishis is 32 years old, and we have new kids. We named them the same names that we adopted, that our adopted babies on Earth were named, them Belle and Stormy. Ever since I first came to Equestria, me and Abel would play basketball. That's right, we brought human basketball to Equestria. Of course, River Dash didn't take long showing up, but me and Abel showed her up. When she finally beat Abel, I avenged my Abel by beating her. It's human basketball. I ain't about to lose to a pony in my own species game. But lately, Abel and everyone else have noticed that I've gotten slower, and I have to rest sooner. But I'm still the best basketball player in all of Equestria. My little Abelishis doesn't know this, but I'm aging a lot quicker than he is. I'm still on Earth's schedule. He always sees the young 18-year-old man that found him, and he makes me feel that young. But I'm not. I do fight it growing older, though. Plenty of exercise and eating healthy. I had no choice on the eating healthy part. No meat here. I've been vegan for a long time now, and it's actually not bad. I never felt better or had more energy. As I play and watch my Abelishis grow older and live his life, making friends and having so much fun, being so in love with me being so in love with him, I realized just how lucky we both are to have been brought here. All of the main six now consider me a brother. I help Flutter with her animals, and I'll cut up and get her to laugh to make her loosen up and be less shy so I can see the Flutter that I know. I help Pinky make cupcakes and set up for her parties and even take orders for her Sugar Cube Corner. I help Aljack put down apples, and I help Big Mac make the apple cider. I didn't like apples on Earth, but damn, they grow the tastiest apples that you'll ever see and taste. And the cider, oh man, you can taste the alcohol in it, and it makes it so good. I got drunk one time on it, and they had to load me onto Big Mac's back and have him take me home. Abel was not happy with me that day. I helped Rare with her dresses and looking again after Sweetie Belle. I've been on so many Kmart Crusader adventures that they made me one. I love being one, and their adventures are so much fun. They're all so cute and precious. They even got to know Abel, and they'll come over to Portisheis to sleep over, just so they can hang out with me and Abelishis. I help River Dash practice for her Wonder Boat shows. She made it into them about 10 years ago. She loves it so much. I can't help but smile when that light appears in her eyes when she talks about them. Finally, I helped Twily with her princess duties, looking at her Spike, taking care of her library, and much more. Over the years, Celestia has tried so many times to send me back to Earth, but I dodged each one and would lunge at her, but she would teleport away before I could reach her. I'll kill that bitch one day. I've also met Luna. She's so nice and adorable. I definitely like her way more than Celestia. It's a week, but me and Princess Luna eventually became friends. She likes me. I lay down to go to sleep, and I don't know how. I slept, but I hear my Abelishis' voice saying, Dundee, 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 wake up. I open my eyes and say, what is it, Abelishis? Abel says, Dash is going for a jog, and I'm going to join her. We wanted to know if you wanted to join. I rub my eyes and stretch and say, sure. I put on my clothes and follow Abel outside. Dash smiles and says, ready? Me and Abel nod. Awesome. Let's go, she says. We all jog with Dash in front of us, of course. She never goes slow. She's not really jogging, more like running. After only 2 miles, I can barely breathe. I stop running, clutching my chest. Abel and Dash stop and look back at me. I let go of my chest and grab my head. Something is wrong. I shouldn't be this tired and woozy after only 2 miles. Dad, are you alright? His voice echoes through my head. I grab my head tighter as pain shears through it, and I fall to my knees. Dash says, Jacob! Abel says, Dundee! I fall down into Abel's hooves. I can't draw a breath anymore. My arms and legs won't respond to me. Dash says, we better get him to the hospital. Let me see him. I'm the fastest pony in Equestria. I'll get him there before you can even blink. Abel nods and gently puts me on Dash's back. She takes off for the hospital. Abel runs to meet up with us there. I can't see anymore. Everything has gone black, and I can barely hear, and even that is fading. What's happening to me? Why can't I move my body? Why can't I breathe? The end. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.